Us Weekly is your go-to source for the most recent information about Tom Sandoval, Ariana Madix, and Rachel Rackwell-Leviss, even after Sandoval left. When Ariana learned that Sandoval had been having an affair with Rachel for several months, they called it quits on their almost 10-year relationship in March 2023. The video footage of Rachel that Ariana discovered on Sandoval's phone was the tipping point that precipitated the breakup. Rachel departed the program to start her podcast, Rachel Goes Rogue, while Sandoval and Ariana made a comeback to VPR. Rachel filed a complaint against Sandoval and Ariana for revenge porn, eavesdropping, and breach of privacy 1 day prior to Sandoval's 1-year anniversary. In March 2024, Us Weekly was able to get documents that mentioned an explicit film that Sandoval had reportedly unlawfully taped without Rachel's knowledge or consent. She also claimed that the Evolution production company and Bravo had misled her into believing that she was unable to report the abuse she had endured. According to the documents, as a result, she suffered in quiet while Bravo and Evolution witnessed record-breaking viewership, and the remaining cast members had unprecedented levels of public fame and career opportunities. In the meantime, Leviss, who is degraded and made into a villain for the benefit of the public, is still only a shadow of the person she once was, her reputation destroyed, and her professional possibilities severely limited. Ariana filed a countersuit, and Sandoval attempted to have the lawsuit dismissed, according to case updates. The plot twist, however, occurred in July 2024 when Sandoval filed a lawsuit against Ariana, claiming that she had access to his phone and watched footage of him and Rachel without his consent. The current court battle between Sandoval and Ariana over their joint Los Angeles house is unrelated to the new case. For a detailed summary of all the comments made on the explicit film and the ongoing revenge porn court case, continue reading. Us announced in March 2023 that Sandoval and Ariana's almost 10-year romance had ended when she found out about his adultery. As soon as Ariana informed her Vanderpump Rules co-stars about what had led to the finding, the cameras switched back on to document the aftermath. In the season 10 finale, Ariana informed Katie Maloney and Sheena Shea, "I went with Tom to TomTom because he had that party thing. I discovered a FaceTime screen capture of them. It was, in fact, from the previous evening." When did this begin? Sandoval said in his confessional that he generally erases comparable recordings from his phone, but on that particular day, he forgot. Rachel maintained that the sexual film was made illegally and without her knowledge or consent as further details about the controversy emerged. Before season 11 of Vanderpump Rules began to film, the majority of the cast members took a stand in support of Ariana following the turmoil. In March 2023, Lala said that she had gotten a legal notification from Rachel's lawyer following her public discussion of the private FaceTime footage. Lala then resorted to social media to vent her frustration with the lawyer reaching out to her directly rather than forwarding the letter to Daryl Miller, her own attorney. "Tell your tiny Mickey Mouse lawyer, Rackwell, to transmit everything he needs to send to my lawyer. The same goes for the rest of my cast and pals." Around the moment, she stated in her Instagram story, "You seem to be rather new to the game, so I'm not sure whether you understand how this works. Forward it to Daryl." When the saying became popularity, Lala sold a lot of goods and made a tidy sum of money. In June 2023, she said at the Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen after show, "I can say that it allowed me to pay the down payment on my home, and that was, within a few hours. It's incredible how much money we made with Send It to Daryl." Daryl is now well known. At that time, Us verified that Rachel's lawyers had submitted a cease and desist letter to many Vanderpump Rules actors, claiming that the film violated California laws due to non-consensual pornography. Ariana eventually provided some clarification on her version of events, even though the video was not discussed during the reunion. "To be very clear, I have not shown or sent that video. I don't have it. I did not hold on to it for any reason," Ariana claimed on Sheena's podcast in August 2023. "So that video was gone before I even called her on the phone. I saw about maybe 5 seconds of that. I wasn't sitting there opening popcorn. I know that people know about what's in it. It's very simple. I'm not going to get into the details, but there's not a lot of details. It's very straightforward." She went on. As a precaution, she wrote stop and desist letters to every member of the cast. "That is, in my opinion, a really fantastic concept. That seems like the proper course of action." I can completely see why that would be distributed. Excellent safety measure to take. That is a precaution that you ought to take. In response to that precaution, my attorney provided extremely comprehensive and lucid material that demonstrates and establishes that, absolutely not, I did not spread it. Here's the evidence. Rachel was urged by Ariana to confront Sandoval about being personally videotaped by him. As we reported in March 2024, Rachel apparently taped a sex film of herself with Sandoval, which she once destroyed. She then sought for damages that were not mentioned. Rachel made many references to Bravo, NBC Universal, Andy Cohen, and other Vanderpump producers, even though they were not named in the complaint. The documentation claimed that Bravo's continuous unwillingness to provide Leviss the chance to present her side of the story and mount a defense indicates that it was done on purpose to sacrifice her for the sake of its business interests. According to the paperwork, Rachel demanded responsibility for the film that was reportedly shot without her consent and shared with others. The fact that Leviss was the victim of an older man's predatory and dishonest behavior who made sexually explicit videos of her without her knowledge or consent was lost in the shuffle. However, the documents also revealed that the scandal was sparked by a scorned woman who wanted revenge and shared and discussed the videos publicly. In the end, Leviss checked herself into a mental health hospital, where she stayed for 3 months while the cast, Bravo, and Evolution capitalized on the attention her public criticism had generated. The documentation went on, inspired, in part, by a lewd FaceTime video that Sandoval appeared to have covertly recorded and shared. Sandoval became viral last year, coinciding with the premiere of Bravo's 10th season of Vanderpump Rules. When Maddox allegedly accidentally glanced at Sandoval's phone display, he learned about the affair, and anarchy ensued. At the time, neither Sandoval's nor Ariana's legal representatives responded to the case. According to Rachel's podcast post from March 2024, "It took me a while to process Tom recording me without my knowledge. I wasn't able to truly begin deconstructing what he did and how he crossed a personal line until I had my one-on-one trauma therapy session at the Meadows." Additionally, Rachel stated that during a scene being filmed for the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 finale, she attempted to confront Sandoval about the video. When Rachel brought up the subject, Sandoval allegedly refused to answer and threatened to stop recording the show if producers did not incorporate the tape. At the time, Bravo and Sandoval didn't publicly respond to Rachel's allegations. Months after Rachel filed her original lawsuit, Sandoval and Ariana asked the judge to throw out Leviss's case. It should be noted that Mark Geragos, the lawyer for Rachel, is the brother of Matthew Geragos, the lawyer for Sandoval. Rachel was allegedly trying to punish and blame Miss Maddox for the negative reaction she received as a result of her affair, according to Ariana, who then launched her own countersuit. She also denied sending Rachel's explicit video. "The videos were sent to me and no one else." Ariana said in a sworn affidavit that she submitted in April 2024 with her request to invalidate the accusations made against her. "I also did not share, display, or show the videos to anyone else." Ariana remembered texting, "You're dead to me," along with the videos. She said, "I did not send the videos to anyone else," and submitted a copy of the text chain with Rachel as an exhibit. "I didn't distribute, show off, or share the videos with anybody else." Ariana claims that Sandoval took her phone by force and erased the videos. Ariana presented a text exchange she had with her friend Logan Cochran in a different exhibit. In it, she wrote, "Tom took my phone and deleted them." During interviews, Ariana and Sandoval remained silent on the court case. On the other hand, at the Season 11 reunion, which aired in May 2024, they recognized the drama surrounding Rachel. "I wish you the best and I will give you space," Sandoval stated, adding that he felt terrible about the fallout from his affair. "We'll work things out. Please don't worry. We have attorneys on staff. I recognize." Us first reported in July 2024 that Sandoval had filed a lawsuit of his own, claiming that Ariana had copied the explicit footage and disseminated it to Leviss and other individuals in violation of his rights. Soon after the news of the development broke, Sandoval and his girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson, removed their social media accounts. In a statement to us, Ariana's legal representative discussed the matter and said, "It is disgusting that Tom Sandoval is still torturing Miss Maddox. After months of emotional warfare and an illegal affair that destroyed her home and sense of security, he is now attempting to further abdicate his responsibility for the negative impact his actions have had on her and her mental health. Tom Sandoval is well aware of the privileges Miss Maddox and he have with reference to their individual communication devices. The message went on, "It would be unlawful for someone to find out their spouse or significant other was having an affair if he or his mistress had their way." It speaks for itself that Mr. Sandoval went from pleading with Miss Maddox for forgiveness to accusing her of being his wrongdoer. It's evident that Mr. Sandoval has learned nothing, even months after the New York Times named him the most despised man in America, and he feels that torturing Miss Maddox is required to save his reputation. Miss Maddox is sure that a jury would reject his baseless allegations and see right through this most recent ruse. Additionally, Sandoval's lawyer provided their viewpoint on the matter. The statement stated that although Tom Sandoval acknowledges responsibility for his affair, he vehemently disputes the claims made in the lawsuit that Rachel Leviss brought against him and Miss Maddox. On behalf of Mr. Sandoval, we filed a cross-complaint to guarantee an equitable and proper allocation of blame among all parties. In order to guarantee that blame, if any, is equitably allocated according to the true degree of involvement and guilt of each party, this usual judicial action was essential. Our goal is to settle this legal conflict with the utmost regard for each and every party. Rachel has not yet commented on the case.